Okay, in the last class, we have seen data type 2 implementation theoretically. In data stage, now I'm going to show you how to implement type 2. So the job that you are looking on my screen will help you to implement type 2. Before to going for a job, and I'll show you how I have designed this job and what this job is going to do. And later on, we'll see the source and reference and how the interview questions maybe when you go for an interview, how the interview questions will be in this type 2 implementation in data stage. So these are all things we are going to see in this section. In this session, we need to have this type 2 implementation completely, and this is a very important topic that whatever we have seen up to now, because when you go for ETL, mostly the ETL tools are to load data into data warehouse. While loading the data warehouse, you need to know what is type 2. So type 2 means like current place, complete history, as we discussed in the previous session, and as well in this session that we are going to see in the practical way. To first of all, to help you out, how the design is helping us to implement type 2, we'll see. I have a data, source data, which is from a file, and that file is going, this is the file, the DEPT underscore source. I have department number, DNAME, start date, and end date. For example, if you go for any business of any product, in that particular business, any product can have expiry, and it will have a start date. Today we are going to start this product, and this is going to be in the market from today. This is your start date. But in some cases, it is going to be expiry. When expiry means end. For example, if you go for an automobile like two wheelers, we have passion before. Now passion is manufactured. Passion manufacture is stopped, and now we are having passion pro and passion plus before. So like that, we have different models from same company. So the passion is having an expiry date, and passion plus is having expiry date. Splendor is having expiry date. As well in the cars, even we have some expiries for some models. Like this, we are going to implement the type 2. Means we need to maintain the history. Means, for example, if I say if I am implementing Yamaha store, Yamaha company's data warehouse database, then Yamaha's old model of information of that particular product should be present in my data warehouse database. And today, whatever you see RX 500 or something, that also need to be stored in the same table. That is what the type 2 meant by. So in that case, I'm taking a small example of department number, D name, start date, and end date. So I want to make here, if these two columns get any change, I want to have a new record for that. I want to have a new record for that. That is what my intention of implementing this type 2 using Datastage. So department number, 10th department, 20th department, 30th department, 40th department. And DEPT name, I have accounting, research, sales, operation. Departments can change or can add a new one. Okay, so have the start date and end date. But as simple as be very specific, I have given only 4 columns, but you might have more number of columns in the real world. So now this source I'm going to take, and if I am finding any difference or any change from these two columns, I want to make that record store in as a new record or as a new something. I want to find out the change. That is the reason I am using change capture, and in this change capture I'm taking these two key columns as a two key columns, department name, and what would be my reference. That check I need to do it on the source, but what would be the reference? So that source, which table you are loading into the target, that is type 2. I'm just going to show you the table, SCD type 2 table, and the columns I'll show you. So surrogate key is our one of the attribute, one of the rule that we need to maintain a surrogate key because it acts like a primary key in data warehouse. Department name, department number as we have source. Start date, end date as we have a source. Current flag. That is one more rule. So start date, end date means nothing but your effective timestamp, termination timestamp. So version we are not maintaining because version is not required and we don't maintain even in the real cases. So that is the reason I am maintaining just these columns. Now, if you see, I don't have any records in this table. Okay, so that means that you have the same table here, the same table in the here in the. I'll just write insert statement. Here I have an insert statement. Why I'll tell you insert statement. And here I have an update statement. Update statement. So I'm going to write update statement. And this is like my before and the same table. Same SCD type 2 table only we'll have here. And this is insert SCD type 2. I'm just making my link names with the table name, what it is happening in that Oracle connector. I'm just giving that name and giving the table name. So if anyone asks you, can you design or can you explain how type 2 implemented in Datastage? This is one of the way. Of course, we have another way where you can go with site SCD, slowly changing dimension, but this is specific to one particular application that I cannot show it in my laptop now. So I'm not going to touch that slowly changing dimension. But we can implement SCD type 2 using slowly changing dimension stage event. Now, once what happened, the table which you see here is not having any data now. Not having any data now. So when I run first time, what will happen? The data will come from here because I have a source. From the source sequential file, I have a data that is going to come. So now it is going to check with the before link, before type 2 as having data or not. No records, 0 records are going to come. So these 0 records are coming. What are these records? These are insert records because new records. So if there is no copy record, if it is like a new record, insert will come. So what is the insert code? What is the insert code? Insert code is 1. What I am doing with this one, if I get a new record, send it into insert SCD type 2 link. When it is going to insert type 2 link, what you will find surrogate key is generating, dname, department name, and the current flag condition we are writing. And if it is not 1, means if it is not equal to 1, that should go to update statement. So this should be very clear. You should explain this part. And if I say surrogate key, how can I implement surrogate key means I created a sequence called SCD underscore seq. SCD underscore seq. That I am calling using transformer surrogate key tab SCD underscore seq, which is a DB sequence using the credentials of a database Oracle. And with that, there is an option, there is a functionality in utilities, in functions, next generation, next surrogate key. Then it will call that surrogate key what it is having in this particular surrogate key tab. So that will be called here using next surrogate key. So like that we are implementing surrogate key and update statement writing if end date is not equal to ""-1231", then it should be Y, else it should be N using current flag. So this is a very simple thing that we are doing to insert your data into SCD type. Now the second update, what I am doing update here is I am writing a query. I am generating a query. How did I write this query? I'm just Control X I am doing. I'll just show you. But at last, what I'll do, I'll copy. I have copied that query. I'll just paste it. I'll just show you how to call it, how to build a query in Oracle connector. Simply, according to the update statement, you need to write where class and all. So like this, you should select one particular column. This all, see, for example, you can add it like this. I'm just showing how to do that, but I'm not taking it as a final query. The final query will be added to me. Okay. So go to SQL. See, this is your SQL code generated. If you click OK, your query will come into the update SQL state. But this is not my intention because just generically I took. But this is a lot of modifications. Modification in the sense nothing. The same query will build, but the columns we need to select which columns you require. So that particular query is this particular update statement. So this will be the final one. Now, when I run this job for first time, what will happen? When I run this job for first time, what will happen? So whatever the data you see in DEPT underscore, so 10th department, accounting, 20th department, research, 30th department, sales 40th department, operations, these all records are going to written from this SQL sequential file stage, but from here you get 0 records for first time. Then what will happen based on the change capture? There is no before, means copy records are not there, or edit records are not there, delete records are not there. Just simply it is insert record. Means you don't have newly, so it is going to insert. So insert code is 1. According to 1, if this change code is equal to 1, the records will flow to this Oracle connector. And in this Oracle connector, we are writing insert statement. So insert will generate. And accordingly, we are calling surrogate key. Surrogate key will generate. This is your first run. Okay, I will show you the first run and later we will discuss with the second run. So now the data is, we are going to see now. The process starts. So the blue color. So insert, okay, 4 records here. You got 0 records from the before link. The one code will be generated. That one is going to be in the 4. We will see in the database level even. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, okay, what I will do, I'll make it clear so it will be easy to understand. So 10th department, I'm sorry, this is department surrogate key. I have written a query writing start date and start value sequence creation date. That is the reason we are getting like that. So 10th department, 20th department, 30th department, 40th department. So sequence is generated. So 10th department accounting 2015, 10th means October 23. Default date is -12 31 and the current flag is Y. So this is first run. Second run, what will happen? Second run, if you have the data in this table, SCD type 2 table, that means that the data is present here in the before link, in the update link, and in the insert link as well. Now the records are going to populate from here even. When the records are getting from source and target same, then what code will be generated? Copy code will be generated. If copy code is generated, it will generate the change code apart from 1, means like 0. So which is not equal to 0, then update statement will have these records, so then update will happen. And in the update, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a code. I'm updating the table SCD type 2 of start date and end date, where I'm comparing between department number D name, which are the key columns in the change capture. So these key columns, it will be where class, and set will be the column names that we have in the rest, the source rest of. So now all the records should be in the update statement, and then the surrogate key should not generate. Surrogate key should be the same because I did not call the surrogate key column in the update output. So now job is running for the second time. So all should be updated. So this is updated. We'll see if the records are going to change or not. Nothing will change because I did not do any changes. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, same. Now what I'm going to do in the source, I'm going to give expiry of one date. Expiry of 2016 10/22 is the expiry of 10th department accounting. And next what happened, the same 10th department, it got changed into accounts due to some reason. 2014, I'm sorry, after 2016. So this is the new account number. Now what should happen? One new accounting department should added, that is 10th department only, accounting to accounts, and next that 10th department accounting should be expired. 10th department accounting should be expired. We'll see, we'll run accordingly or not, as expected or not, we'll see. So 5 records from the source, one record should go to the insert statement, and 4 records should come to update statement. Once the insert record goes into, one record goes to insert record, then the sequence should be generated to that record. So 14th department accounts, and 10th department account is N or not, it changed into N or not, because it is expired. So the history, how can you tell history, which is history record in 10th department means, that is because of a current flag condition is N. When you say current flag as N, that is historical record. When you say Y, that is a current record. So this is how we need to, okay, we'll make from 14 accounts to finance. We'll say accounts to finance. We are going to make an expiry of this accounts event, and after 1 year this is going to make as same 10th department, it is have changed it into finance 2017 12 31, and this would be your 9999 12 31. So now what happened? The same transaction I have taken again. I have expired one 10th department accounts, and I created a new one which is finance. So again, total 6 records should come from the source. 5 records should go to update, and 1 record should go to insert statement. We'll see whether it is going to happen in the same way or not. 6 records are written from the source. 5 records have gone according to the requirement. So now the finance department is current record. For 10th department, I have total 3 records, and in that which is current record as Y, that is current record, and remaining all are historical records. So this is where we maintain the historical report. And now a new department came into the organization, that is 50th department. For example, that is like sales done, research done, account operations, finance, and HODs. For example, I'll break it as HOD. This is no more related to us, but still I want to make it as, and which is a expiry date is 00111230, the common. So in interview they ask you for a expiry date what the value you are using. You can say default value. Okay. So now what should happen? Total 7 records should come. 1 record should go to insert, and the remaining will should go to update. So 15 is the finance department major sequence number. Now 16th will be the sequence. HOD department, 50th department, which is correct. So if you want to make this as a version column, if you want to generate, then what you can do group by on accounting. I mean, an aggregator stager, you can do group by and take the count of this. Then that would be your version column. That would be your version. How many times this 10th department got came into the picture, that is your version column, that you can derive into your version column if you have, but we don't have, we are not maintaining it. If you want to maintain, we can do that. So this is what how to implement a type 2 implementation in the data stage using change capture, which is CDC stage, change data capture. Okay, we have discussed with Oracle how does an SQL statement get generated, these all things, and this is how we implement type 2 in data stage. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. Thank you.